FIFA World Cup. England are 2 goals to the good after a midfield masterclass from Jude Bellingham, who released Jordan Henderson to score the opener, and Harry Kane scored just on the stroke of half-time to make it 2. But Jude Bellingham has been pulling strings and involved in both goals, and there's going to be 2 changes at half-time. I beg your pardon, 3 changes for Senegal at half-time. Aliou Cissé clearly very unimpressed with the first half from his side. So Pape Matar, who is from Tottenham Hotspur, is going to be coming on, as is Bamba Dieng and Papa Gueye, who was originally involved in the starting lineup, but then a changed version was provided. I will let you know who is coming off as soon as I find out. But 3 changes for Senegal, and they need to do something in this second half in order to get back into the game and give themselves any chance of making it to the last 8 of the FIFA World Cup. We are back underway. Maguire straight away looking for Kane down the right hand side. It's headed away by Senegal, and it will be a throw-in 10 yards inside the Senegal half for England. Kyle Walker plays it into the centre circle and finds Declan Rice. Rice now picks out Luke Shaw with a square ball over to the near side. Foden plays it back into his own half with Maguire. Maguire and Stones, who've been ever present so far for England in this tournament, play it all the way back to Jordan Pickford, who's going to go more direct this time. Looking for Foden. Foden flicks it on, but only to the feet of Koulibaly. He plays it down the right-hand channel. It's headed away by Maguire, though. Senegal able to come forward with it, but not for long. Dispossessed there. And Shaw can clear his lines. So, as I mentioned, Papa Gueye now playing. Dieng now on. And Pape Matar of Spurs on as well. And the players off are Cease and Dye, who looked very lively in the first half. A bit of a surprise that he's come off. And Crepin Diatta, who was one of the players brought in for today's game. Kane with the ball on halfway. Dispossessed though, and Senegal able to protect the ball all the way back to Diallo, who's being pressurised though by Foden. And they just can't keep possession of the ball when they do collect it. The Lions of Teranga. Now it's with Kyle Walker about 10 yards inside his own half. Plays it inside to Declan Rice of West Ham United. Declan Rice making his 38th England appearance tonight at the age of just 23. Maguire now looking to release Saka. Headed to clearance. There's an overlapping run there by Henderson. He lifts it into the box, but there's nobody attacking it. And Koulibaly heads it away. Sorry, hooks it away. It was big booted clearance, but back at the feet of England players now, and Maguire 10 yards inside his own half. Driven ball forward, looking for Jude Bellingham. In a little bit of space on the left-hand side, but tries a little trick, a little flip-flap, and he loses the ball. And then he's unfairly challenging, and a free kick is given against him. Opportunity now for Senegal to bring the ball away. Looking to play out from the back here, but then it's that ball forward that only finds an England body. So it's in the right back position with Kyle Walker, about 10 yards inside his own half. John Stones plays it forward to Declan Rice, who's in the centre circle. Nearly dispossessed by 2 players there, but is able to come through with it. Cheeky little step over there by Bellingham. Now Kane finds Bellingham. Bellingham goes down, holding his knee, but gets back up. I think he was looking for something there. Now Koulibaly driving forward with it, goes into the England half. Finds a man, but can't. Senegal just can't find their options going forward. So many England bodies getting back behind the ball. Ball round the corner here from Gay. Cross from Sabali, but it's only to the edge of the area. Shot from distance, and it's dragged wide. It was the young man Sarr, Mata Sarr from Spurs, making his the 12th appearance. He's yet to score for the national side, but he's also yet to lose a Senegal game that he's played in. Not yet made his Tottenham senior debut. He has scored 3 goals in 6 appearances for Senegal, or he did score 3 goals in 6 appearances in Senegal's under-17 setup. Joined Spurs in August of last year for about £14.5 million from FC Metz, France. He's at the feet now, halfway inside his own half with John Stones. Man City man curls the ball down the channel and finds the on-rushing Kyle Walker. Looks to take on the defender for pace, but Jacobs does really well there and it gets out of play. Sliding challenge to put it out for an England throw, taken by Saka. Patiently back to Henderson. Now Rice lays it forward to the feet of Harry Kane, looking much more confident now. Tries to thread a ball through to Bukayo Saka, the Arsenal man. North London derby players there teaming up, not able to do it, and it's all the way back to Pickford now. He was on the edge of the D of his own area, lays it forward to Stones. So Stones, Rice and Maguire seeing an awful lot of possession in the early stages of this second half. If you are just joining us, 51 minutes into this game, and England are 2 goals to the good. Goals from Jordan Henderson and Harry Kane in the first half. The last 10 minutes of the first half. 2 goals after a few little defensive frailty, from Maguire and Stones, but Pickford able to make a couple of crucial saves. Shaw's throw bounces up and hits Bellingham in a slightly delicate area, much to the amusement of Jack Grealish on the England bench. Shaw finds Bellingham. Shaw round the corner to Foden. Now good interplay here. Kane finds Shaw. Bellingham's there to clear up though, looking for his options. Got 3 men around him and he can't get it through, but Kane picks it up. Now he's looking for his options and finds Rice. Going backwards at the moment though are England. Walker finds Saka on the right hand side for England. Saka cuts inside on that stronger left foot. Walker now gives it to Henderson, who had made the overlapping run on Saka. Maguire's a good 15 yards inside the Senegal half. Such is the possession for England. Now Phil Foden finds Shaw. Maguire is just muscled off the ball there. Very, very nearly gets nicked away from him by Bamba Dieng. But Stones is able to get it back to Pickford. And Stones now just stretching something out there. Not sure whether it was his knee or his hamstring that he was a bit concerned about. Header by Kane finds Foden. Foden now looking to release Kane. It's just a little bit too powerful and rolls through to Edouard Mendy. Harry Kane, who his last goal for England was back in September before tonight in a 3-3 draw with Germany. He's made 3 assists in this World Cup so far, and he only needs 2 more goals now to surpass Wayne Rooney as England's all-time record goal scorer. We'll be hoping he can get that done in this tournament. Made his England debut back in 2015. That's a good challenge there by Declan Rice. Kane now finds Saka. Saka, can he get a shot away? Just puts it onto his weaker right foot, and it's skewed wide. And he's calling for a corner, but I think that might be just to relieve him from his blushes. No, that's just curling away from goal. That is nothing more than a goal kick. That ball now, just Foden was chasing it, but Koulibaly just sees it out. Saka, a player who's been in good form for England, scored his first England brace in the game against Iran, a game in which he got the Player of the Match award. 6 goals and 6 assists for Arsenal so far this season. And at the age of just 21, he's a 2-time Arsenal Player of the Season award winner. Not a bad return. He joined Arsenal at the age of 7 in 2008. That doesn't make you feel old, nothing will. But Bukayo Saka, at the age of 21, making his 23rd appearance tonight. 6 goals for England. As mentioned, 2 in this World Cup so far. They'll be wanting to add to that. An ambitious young man is Bukayo Saka. Jordan Pickford with the goal kick. Puts it high and long, looking for Kane. Kane just muscled off the ball though, and it's headed forward by Diallo. Which Stones is able to sweep up and now release Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw finds Kane in a deeper position. Plays it out to the far side on the right with Saka. Saka's got an overlapping run though. It's Henderson. Henderson plays it deep, but it's cleared away. Walker is able to collect it. Doesn't collect it cleanly on the first occasion, but does on the second, and now plays it back into his own half with Stones. Stones, a square ball to Maguire. Luke Shaw inside to Kane on the left-hand side. Now cutting into a more central position. Has a shot from range. Oh, and it's caught Mendy unawares. He does save it, but it just squirts out from underneath him, and that must have been moving. It was moving all over the place, and at the last minute just scooted away from Mendy's line of sight. But no players in a white shirt coming forward to attack that ball. And Kane very nearly added a third there. But now Senegal with the ball halfway inside the England half. On the left for them. They play it back and now inside. Just can't get forward with it though. Ismaila Sarr's dispossessed there. Now Papagay was able to give it forward, but England win the ball back now. Luke Shaw finds Kane. Kane's got Bellingham making a rush in front of him. Last ditch challenge there. Looks for Foden. Foden plays it inside, and Bukayo Saka clips it over Mendy to make it 3. 2 young men with a total age of just 41 joined together there to give England their 3rd. And it's that man, Bukayo Saka, the Arsenal man, tucks in a 3rd. With 57 minutes played, England 3, Senegal 0. It was great play down the left-hand side. Kane thought he had been dispossessed. Foden was there, danced past a couple of defenders, plays the ball across to Saka, who was a free man. Jacobs was trying to keep a high line, but Koulibaly was playing him onside. And he just, with the most nonchalant of flicks, puts it over Mendy, but Mendy does get a palm to it, but can't keep it out. And England are 3-0 up, and you would think they're well on their way to securing a position in the last 8 of the FIFA World Cup. As you can imagine, the England fans go absolutely wild. Doesn't matter what the score is, when it comes to a World Cup, a goal is always welcomed with the most joyous of celebrations. Ball at the feet of John Stones. Inside his own half, plays it back to Maguire. And now Foden brought into the game by Maguire. Maguire is driven back though and plays it across, a square ball to the feet of Jordan Pickford. Plays it short to John Stones. And now Rice looking for his options. And it's Kane who comes deep to collect it, who releases Henderson. Henderson cuts inside, approaching the box now. Finds Kyle Walker, who puts the cross in, but it's hit Jacobs in the midriff and he's gone down quite heavily. I think it was a slightly painful one, that one. Saka with a smile on his face now. 3 goals in 3 games in this tournament. An incredible return for the 21-year-old. So it's going to be Walker with the long throw, looking for Kane. Headed away from him by Gay. And now Gay picks out Sabali. Thinks about playing the ball forward, but doesn't have enough options and plays it inside instead. Ooh, and that's a hefty challenge there by Bellingham. Just tries to spread his legs to catch the player, but a little bit nasty, that one. And does bring down Sabali, and I think it will be a free kick to Senegal. I think it's gone unpunished though. Yeah, Bellingham will feel like a relieved man after that. Didn't look quite as bad on the replay as it did at first sight. Matassar coming deeper to try and get Senegal moving, as we see Jack Grealish and Calvin Phillips getting warm on the touchline. Something that we've seen in the games against Iran and Wales. We'll break to that in a second because Diaz coming forward. Henderson wins the ball temporarily and he does really well to win it back again for a second time. Kane with a nutmeg, now slides it through to Foden. Foden cuts inside, but he was into a bank of bodies and every single one of them with a green shirt on. So yeah, when the games have become comfortable in this tournament, Southgate has started to ring the changes. Was able to bring on 5 players in the last game, of which might not have done if it was a little bit tighter. Jack Grealish was one of those players, as was Calvin Phillips. Pickford's clearance under pressure is cleared to halfway. With that goal, it was great play there from Foden to ride the challenge before playing it across to Saka to finish. Jacobs was there, but but he couldn't do anything against Saka. Saka looking very, very lively. Dangerous for any opposition at the moment. There's a player down for Senegal. It's being tended to by a couple of England players. This is Ismaila Sarr. I think he's okay to continue, and we are going to see that man Jack Grealish now. And I think we're also going to see the man who got a brace in the last game, probably a little bit bemused that he didn't start tonight. Diaz in an attacking area for Senegal. It's Marcus Rashford. You may be a little bit cruel that he didn't get into the starting lineup for tonight's game, but such is the quality that England have in attacking areas that you can bring on Rashford now, and they're 3-0 to the good. So it'll be interesting to see who Rashford and Grealish come on for. You would imagine it will be to rest Foden, maybe Kane, maybe Bellingham. And now it's turning into total football. Little flicks and tricks by Bellingham and Foden in the midfield. Saka plays it back about 10 yards inside his own half with Maguire, and a square ball across the back to Stones. Saka now plays it across to Kane. Kane gets floored though. He goes down quite heavily, holding his his right knee. Oh no, it's not Kane, it's Henderson. I do apologise, it's his left knee as well. It was his standing knee that... Oh yes, that's a hefty one there from Gay. Papa Gay, the Marseille man, turns 24 next month. So this will be the opportunity, once they make sure that Kane is okay, for Rashford to come on. And it's going to be Saka to come off. So it's Foden and Saka off. And they are replaced by Rashford and Grealish. Saka and Foden, both heavily involved in the goals, whether they've tucked them away or been involved in the build-up. But they will be rested, with Southgate thinking, well, may as well play these guys, get them back into form as well, continue the form hopefully for Marcus Rashford, and rest two of their strong attacking players before a potential last 8 tie against none other than the World Cup holders, France. Doesn't get any easier for England from here in the World Cup. Walker plays it, Henderson plays it short to Walker. Walker looking for Maguire at the back post, but it's headed away by a Senegal head, and it will go out for a throw. But a free kick is given against Maguire for climbing, I believe, on Koulibaly, so it will be a free kick to Senegal inside their own penalty area. Saka and Foden walking off the pitch, round by a huge cohort of England fans getting a rapturous applause there. Koulibaly plays it long, looking for Bamba Dieng. Came on in the 75th minute against Ecuador in the final group stage game. That's a nice pass out from Pickford to Shaw, and a very assured touch there by Shaw. Maguire plays the square ball across to John Stones. Forward to Henderson, just bounces it back to Stones. Just keeping the ball between the two of them at the moment. Now Stones gives it to Henderson and all the way back to Pickford. Just looking to kind of encourage the Senegalese players out, who are playing much deeper than they were in the first half, but the press hasn't worked, and there's a foul there on Rice about 10 yards inside the England half. Rice, who you don't mention much, but does all the important stuff brilliantly well. Much more mature than his years may suggest. Became the West Ham United captain when former captain Mark Noble retired. And he's another player like Saka who in his early 20s has already won 2 Player of the Season awards for his club. Maguire is felled on halfway, and it will be a free kick to England on the left hand side of the centre circle. Aliou Cissé looking a bit resigned, if I'm honest, on the touchline for Senegal. The attacking players not getting a touch at the moment for England. Pickford lashes it long. Grealish trying to get an involvement in for his first involvement of the game. Nearly a ball forward there from Sabali for Dia, but it's just behind him and it goes through to Pickford. Now Pickford looking high and long for Kane. Nearly fortuitously finds Kane off a couple of Senegalese bodies, but Kane just leaves a foot in there and gives away a free kick. Want to give it to the men in green, continuing to try and force errors from England. Diallo looking long, it's very straight though and only finds Shaw. Dia now gets a good touch on the ball, finds Bamba Dieng, and there's a shot from distance there by Senegal, but it was just impatience, nothing more. It was Pape Matar Sarr of Spurs. Now Ismaila Sarr on the left hand side and curls his cross onto the roof of the net. And looks down at the ground. Disappointment that he wasn't able to get a meaningful cross in. And the Senegalese fans have been in great voice for this whole tournament, but they're sat now and not looking best pleased. Would have hoped more out of hope than expectation that they would be able to get something out of tonight's game. But it hasn't been the case as yet, as we approach the 70-minute mark. Just over 20 minutes of normal time remaining. It's England 3, Senegal 0. Henderson, Kane and Saka with the goals. Nice little flick there on halfway from Henderson. Finds Rashford, his first involvement. Then Henderson with the overlapping run, and Henderson told to get back to his feet as he's dispossessed. Now it's Matar Sarr. All the way back to Diallo in his bright orange boots in the centre-half position. With 22 on his back. Ball into the England half for Senegal. But they have to play it back with 3 or 4 white bodies around them. Looks like they're readying a change as well, and it's going to be a 4th change of the night. Give you confirmation of who that is and who it's for in a second. Senegal bring the ball forward through non-police Mendy into the England half, but they are a long way from goal. Now Sabali, nicked away from him by Grealish, and Grealish looking for his options with he's facing the England goal, plays a good ball to Rice, and Rice just encourages the tackle, and he's felled, and it will be a free kick. Conceded there by Papagay, and it's going to be Dia off. The centre forward for Senegal comes off. Has looked lively going forward, but a player who's going to be replaced, turning 26. He turned 26 earlier this month, and he's replaced by Amara Diédhiou. Diédhiou, who plays in the Turkish Super League. 26 appearances for the national side, 11 goals. Scored the second goal of 3 for his nation against Qatar in the group stage. And Ismaila Sarr's coming forward with it, galloping forward, but it's out of play. And a little bit of a flippant throw of an arm at the match official. Didn't think it had gone out of play. As I mentioned, Diédhiou, who came on, he's 29, turns 30 on the 14th of December. Not long away from his 30th birthday, and there's a player down for England near halfway. I'm not sure whether it was a head injury or not, but the referee hasn't stopped it. And Bamba Dieng is able to come forward, and now he's fouled, and it will be a free kick to Senegal. It was a head injury, but it wasn't stopped, and Marcus Rashford back on his feet now. He was just pushed in the back of the neck by Jacobs when they both went up for a header. And it's Shaw who's conceded that free kick by bringing down Dieng. And this is one of the first real opportunities for Senegal in the second half. Looks like it's probably too far out to be shooting. It's about 35 yards out. Maybe even best part of 40 yards out here. Slightly on the right hand side of centre. 2-man wall, Jack Grealish and Harry Kane in it. Plenty of bodies forward for Senegal. Say it's too far for a shot, and it's into the side netting. And it was that man from Spurs, Pape Matar Sarr, who looked to curl it round the wall. But I think Jordan Pickford always had it covered. Yeah, he saw it was going wide. So just the 2 changes for England so far this evening. Credit to the Senegal fans. Some of them are still dancing and singing, but it's not quite the jubilant scenes that we saw before kick-off. Long goal kick there by Pickford, looking out to the right-hand side. It's headed out of play by Jacobs. And we're about to see Mason Mount join the fray. And Calvin Phillips as well. Calvin Phillips just putting on his bib just to go and do a last few stretches. Just seeing Jude Bellingham just holding the back of his left hamstring, hoping that's nothing serious, because normally when it's a hamstring injury there's normally quite a delay in terms of a bit of a layoff with not playing. Grealish coming forward with it, but his sliding challenge dispossesses him well. But England find Rashford, now back to Walker. Walker finds Rice with a square ball. Ball over the top by Walker to Stones, and Stones heads it into Pickford's hands. Pickford with the throw out onto the left hand side this time. Luke Shaw plays it forward to Kane. Kane takes a touch backwards and he's just cynically pushed to the ground there by Koulibaly, and that will be a yellow card for the Chelsea man. Frustration there from Koulibaly, the Senegalese captain. Yeah, just making contact with the back of Kane's right knee, and he's the first man into the book on the night. At the Stadium Al Bayt, and it looks like it's not going to be Calvin Phillips, it's going to be Eric Dyer, and it is Bellingham to come off. So hopefully that's nothing serious for Jude Bellingham, but it will be the introduction of Mason Mount, and Eric Dyer will be coming on for John Stones. Whether that's just to rest him up, we shall see, but Mason Mount comes on, Chelsea man, and Eric Dyer of Spurs. Eric Dyer's second appearance at this World Cup, came on as a substitute in the first game of the tournament. Eric Dyer, who turns 29 next month. He's approaching 50 caps. This is his 49th cap. 3 goals in that time. He scored in the group stage of the Euros in 2016. Joined Tottenham Hotspur in 2014 for around £5 million from Sporting Lisbon, which is, by today's standards, tuppence for an English defender. In the meanwhile, England have got a free kick about 20 yards inside the Senegalese half from the left-hand side. It will be Luke Shaw to take it, looking at his options. He's got Eric Dyer in there. What a first introduction this would be. Shaw looking towards the back post towards Maguire. Maguire heads it across looking for Rashford. Rashford was shaping for the shot, but Senegal body able to win that ball. And Henderson comes back and plays it all the way back to Jordan Pickford. He's a good 10 yards outside of his area. Straight away looking for the driven ball. Trying to find Marcus Rashford, but it just runs away from him. Skids off the pitch. And it will be a throw 10 yards from their own corner flag on the left back side for Senegal. Ismail Jakobs plays it down the line, but a free kick is given against England. Seeing Mason Mount operating in the advanced areas now with Rice and Henderson in those deeper lying roles. Walker wins the header from the long ball forward from Senegal. Headed into the path of Rice, but it runs away from him. And it's all the way back to Diallo in the defensive ranks for Senegal. If you are just joining us live on Flash Score, England are 3 goals to the good in the last 16 of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. As we approach 11 minutes to play. Plenty of changes for England now. 4 new players on. Potentially a slight concern over Jude Bellingham's fitness after just a couple of camera angles showing him holding his left hamstring, but hopefully that's just a minor muscle injury. Now Jack Grealish dancing through the centre circle. Turns back and gives it to Walker, his teammate at club level. Ball over the top here for Rashford. Rashford plays it across, looking for Kane, who slides to get it on target, but he can't get a touch on it. And Sabali's able to come away with it. Now back to Sabali. No, it's too far, and it finds Mount. And England are back putting pressure on yet again. Down the left-hand side with Luke Shaw. Backwards, ball to Declan Rice. Now across from Maguire to Walker in the Senegal half. That comes back to Eric Dyer. Not looking to rush things are England. Just trying to show their control of things. And I think the final change is in the offing for England, and it is going to be Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips, who's only recently recovered from injury. Had quite a severe long layoff, but has... he's only played a few games since returning, but 24 appearances now for the Leeds man, for the former Leeds man for England. He turned 27 just 2 days ago. On Friday, turned 27. Had his birthday out in Qatar. Jack Grealish challenged there by Bamba Dieng. Just kicked in the shin. Not particularly well covered by his shin pads. Likes to wear them very low, but will be a free kick to England. Seeing a replay of Harry Kane very, very close from getting a toe on that cross from Marcus Rashford. And it is going to be Jordan Henderson to make way. The 32-year-old Englishman plays for Liverpool. He will make way, and it will be Calvin Phillips to come on. The Manchester City man, who provided a long curling assist for Rashford against Wales. Great ball down the right-hand channel. He only missed 25 minutes of the Euros in 2021 for England. Was a really key man, and for some people, he was England's player of the tournament. Great long ball there from Pickford, finds Grealish, but he's dispossessed by Koulibaly. Let's go all the way back to Mendy. Mendy clipped ball over to the left-hand side, and Walker, well, Sarr went down as if Walker had brought him down, and it will be a free kick. Senegal take it quickly now. Mendy plays it out onto the right-hand side for Sabali. He has to play it back. No options going forward, so it's all the way back at the feet of Mendy. Edouard Mendy, that is. Jacobs keeps the ball in play. Walker then heads it forward, now looking for Rashford. Runs out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Jacobs for Senegal. Good header there by, I think it was Dyer, and onto the head of Mason Mount. First involvement for Calvin Phillips. Shapes up against Matassar. Rice coming in to try and break up play, but Senegal keep hold of it. They're preparing their next change, and that will be their final change of the night, I believe. Oh no, they will have one more as well. It's number 12 that's going to come on, and it's Balo Touré of AC Milan, but Senegal in possession here. You'll have to wait to make that change. Nampalys Mendy. Ducking and diving, looking for his options. Finds Sabali on the right-hand side. Almost runs out of play, but keeps it in brilliantly with a chested control. Now cuts inside. Finds Matassar. This is a good period here for Senegal. Jacobs thinking about putting the ball in the box. He does. There are players there, and it's a free header, but it's over the bar. And that is not going to cause any sort of sleepless nights for Jordan Pickford. Straight over the bar from the head of Ismail Assar. And here is that change. And it's going to be Jacobs to come off. And it's a like-for-like change. Fode Ballo-Touré of AC Milan in Serie A comes on. Jacobs has been run ragged. And now with the introduction of Marcus Rashford, the fresh legs of Marcus Rashford, just trying to combat any sort of attack that might come down the right-hand side by bringing on a change in left-back. And here is that man, Rashford. Cuts inside. But dispossessed by Ballo-Touré, and that'll be a nice little confidence boost for him early on. But they lose the ball, do Senegal, and it runs all the way through to Pickford on the edge of his own area. Ballo-Touré, who's made 3 appearances for AC Milan this season, the 25-year-old, turns 26 on the 3rd of January. Former French youth international, as are many of the Senegal players. And Ballo-Touré scored his 3rd senior goal of his career in October. So not one to chip in with many goals. Shows that it's a like-for-like change, not one with attacking intent. Oh, that's a loose touch there, but now Grealish finds Kane. Good first touch by Kane. Poor second touch though, and Senegal were able to win it. Couldn't find Mason Mount, and Mason Mount just swings a leg out, and it will be a free kick to Senegal. Halfway inside their own half. They've got so many men back, and not much going forward. Sabali's in a bit of space on the right though. Luke Shaw coming out to meet him. Poor first touch, just runs over his toe. Now can he get the ball into the box? He does, but it's headed away there by Harry Maguire. Jordan Pickford slaps his hand, making sure that the players don't fall asleep as the shot comes in from range, and it goes a long way wide, but it was deflected, and it will be a corner to the Tigers of Teranga. Always skewing away, but I think it was because of that deflection. Jordan Pickford just being told to calm down by Kyle Walker. Corner's taken short. To the substitute, brought into the box, but it's just collected by Jordan Pickford. There was a poor cross there by Ballo-Touré. And Pickford's able to distribute quickly to Rice, who's out on the left-hand side. Turns back though, looking for his options. Plays it inside to Grealish. Grealish just knocks it back to Dyer. Now over to the right-hand side with Walker. With 3 minutes left to play of normal time, you would think that England are now home and hosed. And Gareth Southgate will start thinking about the game against France in the last 8. Individual battles against players like Kylian Mbappe. England aren't done for now. Rashford chasing down Mendy. Edouard Mendy able to lift it long. Phillips doesn't win the header, but second header's won by Shaw. Back to Dyer. Now into Phillips, who's just on the edge of his own centre circle, and back to the feet of Walker. Phillips around the corner, but it's out of play near halfway. You can see Steve Holland sitting next to Gareth Southgate. They're still plotting and probing and thinking about this game with half an eye to the future. I know some of the TV pundits were saying that I think Kyle Walker is going to be one of the only fullbacks on the planet who can compete with the pace of Mbappe. Sabali gets felled and it will be a free kick to Senegal. They take it quickly and it's inside and to the centre circle with Mendy, and now out onto the left hand side, but a big switch over to the right where Sabali's in plenty of space yet again. Looks for a 1-2. He's now got towards the edge of the area, plays the ball across. England will be keen to keep hold of their clean sheet. Shot from range, and it's a long way over. Mater Sarr was leaning a long way back, and that's gone probably into the top tier of the stand there. Player was running towards it, but then shied away from it and just made it difficult. It was Bamba Dieng who just put it in two minds for Mater Sarr. So, as you see at a World Cup, the fans mixed. A couple of England fans taking selfies with the Senegalese dancing fans. They've got their drums there as well. Really do make it an incredible atmosphere, as have all the African sides in the tournament. Always make it a noisy atmosphere with their drums, horns and dancing and singing. Still got one more African team to see in the last 16, as we see the board for 4 additional minutes. 4 more minutes for England to see out. But now they're coming forward. Calvin Phillips with the ball to the left. In an attacking area is Jack Grealish. Looks to cut inside. No, plays the ball to Shaw. Shaw clips it over Mendy. There's nobody at the back post apart from Rashford, but he only hits the side netting, and it will be a goal kick. Good ball being stood up there by the left back for England, Luke Shaw, the Manchester United man. It's a little bit far for where Rashford wanted it, and he had to readjust. Mendy happy to see that go into the side netting. But as I mentioned, one more African side to see in the last 16, and that is Morocco, who face Spain on Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. kickoff. That's with John Batham on Flash Score, your unofficial provider of audio commentary for the FIFA World Cup. Lifted ball there by Toure. A little bit of a mix-up there at the back, and Rice has tried to hook a ball clear, but just kicked the bottom of Bamba Dieng's foot. Maybe a little bit of fatigue in the legs of Declan Rice. Just kicks the bottom of Dieng's foot. Hobbling slightly is Rice. But does take his position in the wall. And he has been a real key figure for England, has Declan Rice. But this is an opportunity to a bit closer in this free kick. It's about 25 yards out, and this will be a bit worrying for Jordan Pickford. The draft excluder is in. It's Jack Grealish. 4-man wall with Rashford just being the 5th man, slightly to the side, looking at the short option to Sabali. It's taken from range and it hits the wall right in the middle. It's a poor free kick that from Dieng, and it will be a throw-in to be taken by Sabali. 90 seconds left of additional time here, but they've got a corner, have Senegal. Comes off the heel of Luke Shaw. Pape Gay rolls the ball to Mater Sarr, who will take this corner. The England bench on their feet to watch this, hoping that they can keep a clean sheet and it doesn't beat the first man, and it's cleared away by none other than Harry Kane. Oh, and Rashford nearly gets on the end of that pass, but Mendy did just enough to put him off. Non-police Mendy. They're still in possession are Senegal, and just seeing out the last 40 seconds of this game. Balotelli. Goals from Jordan Henderson, Harry Kane and Bukayo Saka. Curling corner into the box, headed away there by Maguire, only heads it onto the head of Declan Rice. It comes back out to the corner taker. Balotelli now. His cross is blocked by Jack Grealish, and there is the full-time whistle. England record a comfortable victory over Senegal in the last 16 of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Jordan Henderson opened the scoring after a great pullback from Jude Bellingham, tucking away for his third England goal. And then right on the stroke of half-time, talisman Harry Kane got his first goal of the tournament in the fourth game of the tournament. Surprised that it's taken this long. But Harry Kane tucked it away for England's second. And then just before the hour mark, Bukayo Saka with a cute clipped finish after great work from the midfielders of England yet again. Secure this 3-0 victory. And England will go into the next round against France with confidence, but knowing that they have got tougher, sterner tests to face in future if they are to go far into this tournament. One more down for England. Your full-time score live on Flash Score is England 3, Senegal 0.